believe what you say you are. See, you know why? And I said to Stephanie, I said, we got to call Chris. And I had a long list of press, right? And the reason why, baby, I keep coming back to you, because you believe what you say you are. And you show up every time in your belief. I've never seen you show up not one time without a suit and tie. Never. I've never seen you be unprepared. Never, because you believe what you are and you put the work in for it. Hey, my sweet babies, this is MoNique, and you're listening to the one and only Mr. Chris Gunther.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Remember to like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. On today's show, this woman is definitely the queen. There's no debating that, with everything that she has accomplished in her career, from the Parkers to winning Academy Awards to everything that she's accomplished. Without any further ado, the Chris Gunther Show welcomes back the queen of comedy, Auntie Mo. MoNique, how you doing?
I am wonderful, my baby. How you doing?
I'm doing great. First of all, let's get this. I want to put this out here. I want to publicly tell you thank you for always encouraging me and for always being extremely kind. It's not often that people of your caliber, who are A-list, who are legends in this game, even give back. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
You are so welcome, my baby. But you know, you said something to me that takes me off of the A-lister group. It takes me off of the celebrity group. You said auntie.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And when the community gave me that honor, right, I didn't take it for granted. And you know how the auntie has the good nephews that's really trying to do their thing, and the bad nephews that want to keep taking their ass across the street. Okay. You, my nephew that says, auntie, I'm pushing and I'm trying. And every time that we've had the pleasure of doing this with you, you've always been A1, you've always been professional, and you keep showing up and showing out. So when you go, okay, and you get your national show, okay, don't act like you don't know me, Chris. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I can promise you I will not do that, because I'm the kind of person, and you're like this too, you know, you can't forget those that help bring you over. So that's something that we need to always do. And, you know, speaking about bridges, let's go ahead and address it. The upcoming Netflix special that you have is getting ready to come out. How much of an exciting time is this for you?
You know, it's not only is it exciting, but it's a proud time. You know, it's a proud moment for me and my family, because we all stood in it together. We all went through it together. You know, my husband, my daughter, my sons, we all stood in it together. So it's exciting, but we're all very proud too.
You mentioned your husband, and there's no way that, you know, we can do this without acknowledging him. How blessed are you to have him not only in your corner, but in your life?
I don't have the words for that. To ask me how blessed am I don't have the word to describe what I've been given. I am beyond grateful. Appreciative. I'm thankful, because it's an indescribable gift that you keep getting to open up every single day.
Man, that touched me, and I'm not even married to y'all. I just feel grateful hearing that one, man. Hey, that just put goosebumps in my soul. I'm gonna give a shout out to Chanel, because I know she's watching. Hey, what's up, baby?
Yes, baby. Yes. That's why I love you too. Because when you show up, when you come out to the clubs, you with your queen, baby. And I watch that sister support you without saying a word. Just the way she stands there and she smiles, and she has the look of pride in her eyes, like, auntie, that's mine right there, baby. That's mine, auntie. I'll be like, I know, girl. So it is that.
Yes, ma'am. And, you know, I'm just, you know, extremely honored that, you know, a queen such as yourself always acknowledges her king. And I know that, you know, his support means the world to you. And when the fans see this, I know they're going to be excited. How great is it going to feel for you to finally be able to release this? And, you know, what are your expectations?
You know, we've been actually working on this special for years, right? And you have to take 4 to 5 years and put it into 72 minutes. And when we watched it back, because of course we had to watch it back. You know, when we watched it back, we laughed, we cried, we held on to each other because you truly got to understand who I was. And as I said in the trailer, there were some things, Chris, that your aunt thought she would take to her grave. There were some things that had to be discussed, that there was a time that I was paying someone a whole lot of money an hour to sit on their sofa and say, this is what I'm dealing with. But to be able to put that on that stage, to be able to say, this is who I am, unapologetically. This is who I am with all the transparency of, if you could see through anything, this is who I am. So that's a very freeing feeling. It's freedom.
Comedy for a lot of people is a sense of release, but you as the comic, I know there had to be some type of therapeutic release that you went through. Do you feel that you being able to stand on the stage and just give your truth, is that therapeutic for you?
Yes. Yes, because oftentimes we can't. Oftentimes when you see, and I'll just speak for me, I can't speak for any other entertainer, right? But there were times in my life that without that stage, I don't know where I would be. Without that, me being able to step on that stage and say, this is what I'm dealing with, and we can laugh at it, not laugh at me, but we can laugh at that. When I went back to that hotel, I may have a different perspective. I may feel a little lighter. So that stage has always been, it's always been my therapy. It's always been that safe place. It's always been that place where you can't respond. I can say what I want to say.
And you've always been that way too. From, you know, you doing stand up on Def Comedy Jam to the Parkers to Moesha to, you know, you continuing to, you know, rise. We live in such a very sensitive time now where cancel culture seems to be taking over. Do you ever worry about that as a comic?
I'm 55 years old, baby.
Well,
That's young.
that answers that question.
Okay, then on to the next.
On to the next. I love it. And, you know, the response that people got even from the trailer was amazing because we all know what happened with you being blackballed by people that look like us. And while we're glad that that chapter is over, that does play a part of the story. How great did it feel for you to be able to reconcile with your friend and your brother in Lee Daniels?
You know, that was one of those ones where, you ever had someone in your life and they made a left turn, but you know the goodness of that person?
Absolutely.
Like you know a part that most people don't know. Most people know this part, but you know that part, baby, of those 3 o'clock in the morning phone calls. I knew a part of Lee that most people didn't know. And that's why when he asked me, he said, why did you keep talking? And I said, if I didn't keep talking, me and you wouldn't be right here, because I knew his heart. I knew his heart. I know that, and as he said, you can get caught, baby. You can drink the Kool-Aid. You can think you want something so bad that you'll do anything to get it, to only get it and say, damn it, I don't like that. So it is one of those feelings for me. And I hope for the people that watched it, if you believe it, stand in it. If you believe it, keep on pressing, even when 90% of the people could be saying, no, 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 turn back. But you know you got to keep going forward. So I'm glad to have my brother back.
You were able to do something that not a lot of people can do, which is called recover. dealing with everything that you had dealt with during that time period, you were able to still be you. You were able to still be able to love your family, love your husband, and just live life. Because a lot of times what happens, people put celebrities on these huge pedestals, forgetting that you all are still human and that you guys are still human beings like the rest of us. During all of the things that you were dealing with during that time, what did you learn about yourself that maybe you didn't already know?
Oh, that's good, Chris. High five, baby. That's a good one. Patience. Patience. I when it first happened, my knees did buckle. And my husband said, Mama, we're gonna be good. And then a year went by, and another year went by, and another year went by, and another year went by, and then 10 years went by. And during all of that time, what he was teaching me was patience and priority, because even during that time, the priority was my family. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. So during that time, it was, okay, how do I get this recipe right for this chocolate cake that they joked me about? Okay, because it fell apart coming out the oven. So my priorities were so different. And it's so different now that that's just a small part. That's a small part. But the big part for me was being at the baseball games, being at the school play, being at the musical. The big part for me was honeymooning with my husband after 15 years, 16 years. So, that's how for me, you get through those moments, knowing that you're going to be okay. But what's the priority? Because had I lost my life in those moments, would my family remember that my only priority was this business? Or would they say, listen, even though the business was there, we was the priority?
You have reached a point in your career where no matter what you do, people are going to watch. No matter what you say, people are going to listen to. And now that you're coming back in a sense with a special that has been highly anticipated, what do you want the viewers to take away from it?
Freedom. I want healing and, of course, laughter, but freedom. In this society, we are so still very locked up. We are so still very scared and fearful. And we hope that when I say my name is MoNique, feel a little lighter. You feel like, you know what? I think I'm going to step on into that. I think I'm going to say that. I think I'm going to go on and get that done. So, it is that. You've been to a show.
Yes, I have. I was about to bring that up too.
Okay.
I was about
Okay.
to bring it up because I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say if you've ever seen Auntie Mo in person, you know what she says she actually means. But the coolest part of it is as soon as you put that microphone down, you're going out into the crowds and you're just loving on the people. You're telling them thank you for spending your hard-earned money to come and see me. And I'll share this story. When we came and saw you last time, y'all put us in some great seats. And when my wife and I were, just waiting in line, you had looked over and was like, all right, I'll deal with y'all later. I got to go say what's up to this young man right here. Stop the whole crowd just to come and talk to me and Chanel. And when that happened, I just said, no matter what, Auntie Mo will definitely be goated in my book until I close my eyes. Because there's not a lot of people like you that do that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
You're welcome, my baby. And thank you. Thank you.
Being a comic is not an easy thing. And, you actually have parlayed that into a long career where, acting seemed to be the very next step. And we all saw and we are still witnessing how you have come back in the role of Goldie as BMF. How did that even come about for you?
So, my baby 50 came to a comedy show, right? In LA. And I met him one time before. That's when he came to the set of the Parkers when he was dating Vivica Fox. And
Yes.
she guest starred on the Parkers. That's the only time we ever met. And it was very brief, very courteous, very respectful, nice guy. But that was the only time I met him. Comes to the comedy show. And you know how I'll lock in, right? And
Absolutely.
I locked in and he locked in back. And it was just such a beautiful exchange. Like he just felt like family in that moment, right? And after the show, I didn't see him backstage, nothing, leave, everything. 3 weeks later, here comes all these posts that he's putting out there. And someone says, hey, MoNique, you see what 50 doing? So when Sid and I saw it, I DM'd him immediately and said, hey, baby, thank you, because you don't have to do that. And then he told me about this part they wanted to do, and for me to call Randy and we could develop Goldie together. And that was it. What I really dig about that brother, he's principled. That's it. I know people be talking. I'm like, that cat is principled, and what he's doing for the community, what he's doing for his people, that, that just wins my heart. So I had a great time playing Goldie on BMF. But I appreciate the relationship far more that's happening with Curtis and I. Like, I'm just so happy for that brother. Just so happy for him.
That's something that you can't script. You cannot script a relationship outside of work because there has to be some type of exchange and there has to be some type of genuine compassion that obviously, he's had for you because of everything that you've done for our culture and for our people. So to see him pay that forward, I know that had to be special. And as I was watching it, I was just smiling from ear to ear because I'm like, to see a legend continue to, rise and continue to get her flowers as a people, that's something that we have to continue to do, is give each other the flowers that, we deserve. So anytime you're on this kind of platform, we gonna give you the flowers now because you paved the way for a lot of people, such as Desi and Jess and so many others, DC Young Fly. What does it feel like for you to hear some of those that are really holding, the mantle of the top dogs in the comedy game now, to sit back and say, no, if it wasn't for a person like MoNique, we wouldn't be here?
What an honor. What an honor to be put into that category, because that's how I feel about Moms Mabley. That's how I feel about Hattie McDaniel. That's how I feel about Patti LaBelle. That's how I feel about Richard Pryor. So now for the next generation to say, had it not been for this one, what an honor, baby. And I don't take that for granted.
And I'm sure that, those of us that are watching you and that will watch this special will not take it for granted, because greatness is something, it's a word that I feel gets tossed around too lightly nowadays. You have people that do one stand up, all of a sudden call themselves the GOAT, or people that, put out a good album and all of a sudden they're bigger than Michael Jackson. But to see the kind of things that you have done from Baltimore to Hollywood and so on and so on, you have such a longevity career. What message would you like to say to your fans?
Believe what you say you are, and then put the work in it. But believe what you say you are. See, you know why? And I said to Stephanie, I said, we got to call Chris. And I had a long list of press, right? And the reason why, baby, I keep coming back to you, because you believe what you say you are. And you show up every time in your belief. I've never seen you show up not one time without a suit and tie. Never. I've never seen you be unprepared. Never, because you believe what you are and you put the work in for it. So for the babies out there that says, you know what, I want to be a singer. Well, you know if you can sing or not. Okay, Chris, damn, you know that. And you know if you can sing and you believe that, what makes you any different than the next one? You got to believe it. So for my babies out there, believe what you say you are, and then be unafraid to put the work in to go get it.
After the special gets released, are you gonna be going back on the road still doing tours, or is this like, you know what, it's been real, but I'm gonna go ahead and step away now?
Look,
I think I know the answer to that question, but I still had to ask it though. I still got a job to do. I have no choice.
Look, how about Stephanie looking at me side-eyed? Like what you get ready to say? I've been doing it for over 30 years, baby. And I enjoy it. Stand up for me is a part of me breathing. It's a part of me. So to say, well, I stop, I don't know that I'll ever stop. To say, well, I tour, probably not as much. Probably, I'm half 100 plus 5 years, Chris. Damn, right? That's not it.
See, my mom taught me at a young age, you never ask a woman her age. Even I'm smart enough not to put that out there. All right. But
listen, I'm gonna tell you something about this age thing. I never understood it because I am so proud of being 55 years old. And they keep saying, Mo, why don't you dye your hair? Do you know I've earned every last one of these, baby?
That's right.
I have earned them. So it's like, no, it's what happens. It's a part of it. I don't want to say 55 is the new 30. No, the hell it's not. 55 is 55.
Well, this was definitely an amazing birthday gift to me because I just turned 28. So thank you for making this special.
Happy birthday, my baby.
I appreciate it.
Now, y'all heard it right here on the Chris Gunther Show. When Chris Gunther gets his national syndicated show, if I am not the first guest, let me say it again, okay? If I am not the first guest, okay, he'll only have one show. Like Chris, your aunt out here. She out here kicking things over.
And you know what? For you, you have my word. The same way you gave me your word, I'm giving you my word. When that point comes, Auntie Mo got to be my first guest because I'm going to pay it forward like you paid it forward for me.
Yes, my baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the queen of comedy, MoNique, on the Chris Gunther Show. Be sure that you check out her Netflix special streaming April 4th. My name is MoNique. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time.